Okay, now moving on to our next inductee. And sports is all about athletes, but sports is about volunteers and coaches, fans, and builders. We are not here today without the builders of the foundation that keep the sports community strong. This next inductee has done that for so many years, so many decades. It's unimaginable. I had a chance to chat with him recently, and I could have spoke with him for hours about all the stories. Huge Leaf fan. I'm surprised you're sitting beside Vickers, but that's okay. It's okay. Drop the gloves later. It doesn't matter. Heavily involved in what was Canada's national sport, lacrosse, and bringing it to this area. And I have to thank him because how many of you in here are parents of daughters who are Aurora or now Central York Panthers? There you go. Parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses of former Panthers. Panthers forever. We thank this man for helping build that Panther logo, and the girls wear it with pride. Which is so, when you think about it, I remember growing up, and some silly people somewhere thought the girls couldn't play hockey. How silly were they? Man, can they play, and among the best in the world. Thanks to Colin Graham and what he did for the Aurora Panthers and lacrosse in this community. Welcome to the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame. Take a look.
Frederick Graham and Pauline White, his war bride, had 8 children, one of whom was Colin Graham, their second eldest, born in England in 1944. The family moved to Canada in 1945. Colin and his wife Bernadette moved from Lake Wilcox to Aurora, and he spent over 30 years as a resident, leader, and builder of sport in our town. Colin began coaching hockey in Aurora in 1968 until 1971, and then took a short break until his 3 children, Jamie, Lynn, and Tracy, got involved with sports. He coached them from 1980 to 1988. Colin was the president of the Aurora Minor Lacrosse Association from 1983 until 1991, while also coaching or managing all the rep teams and establishing an era of excellence in the sport for the Aurora players. The town of Aurora awarded him the Bob Harmon Memorial Award in 1985 for his dedication. The same year, the Aurora Minor Hockey Association recognized him as Coach of the Year.
Colin was a co-host with me for 20 years, I believe it was. The show actually ran from 1982 to 2008, and most of those years, those 20 years, were with Colin, and we had a good thing going there. We really enjoyed each other's company, and we both loved sports in Aurora, especially minor sports. But that led into a situation that allowed us to become involved in other sports like adult sports. It was something that progressively just kept going. I must say that Colin had his heart and soul in minor sports. He was just one of those guys that comes along every once in a while that every association would love to have, because he did things that kept things going, and it was all for the kids, all for kids in sports, and that was Colin Graham.
Colin joined Lowell McClenny in 1988 until 2008 to co-host Sports Beat in Aurora, which showcased the achievements of local athletes and inspired them to do better. His love for sports showed. The banter between Colin and Lowell kept Aurora entertained and updated with the latest news in sport.
He had that natural instinct with children, and that was one of the best parts of dealing with kids and having as a co-host. He was really valuable that way. Colin is just a Toronto sports fan. Argos, Leafs, Blue Jays, and I think he even likes the soccer team down there.
Isn't that great, eh? Boy, you're quite a guy, you know. I tell you, you're really you're a smoothie, I'm telling you.
Thank you very much.
You don't get enough credit for what you do,
right.
I'm telling you. Right. I'm serious. You don't believe me. Here I am trying to be serious, folks, and this guy doesn't believe me. Come
That's
on.
the breaks of a
No,
tournament,
no,
eh?
no,
That's
no,
round
no.
robin hockey.
No.
Those
No.
guys are in such good shape,
No.
it should not
No,
even
sir.
matter.
No, sir.
And don't give me that stuff.
I tell you, you watch it, next year it will be Monday, will be the final game.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you're the only guy I know that's got an Argo emblem, you got a Maple Leaf emblem, and have you got a Raptors emblem on your license
No,
plate?
not yet.
No, not yet, but it's called, what's the other one you got? There's three of them, isn't there?
Jays.
Jays.
Yeah.
The Jays, how could I? The Jays, that's right.
Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah.
He got involved in a lot of sports. He watched a lot of sports, and he still watches all the major league sports that he can on TV now that he's retired. Still loves all his Toronto teams. In fact, he has a flag that's massive that's got all the different sports teams on it. My dad got us involved, all three of us, involved in lacrosse at a young age, and then for myself, he got me involved with minor hockey. Once I maxed out of the boys hockey, he got me involved in girls hockey. And with that, he started his own team in Aurora, but we called ourselves the York Region Hawks because the girls came from everywhere.
In response to a growing need in girls hockey, Colin Graham founded the York Region Hawks hockey team in 1991, while also serving as treasurer of the North Metro Girls Hockey Association until 2004. He was instrumental in the NMGHA growing to over 300 teams. In 1993, the Hawks amalgamated with the Aurora Girls Hockey Association. The Aurora Panthers joined the North Metro Girls Hockey Association as a rep team, and Colin created the first Aurora Girls Hockey Association senior team.
He was definitely hands-on. I mean, he did the administrative roles that he had to do in reference to like girls hockey. He became the treasurer of not only just the girls hockey in Aurora, but also the North Metro Girls Hockey Association, which is all of Toronto. That was his behind the scenes. In front of the scenes, he was a coach, he was a manager, he got involved in any kind of, if coaches were missing or trainers were missing, he'd step up to the plate because he had his trainer's card. He just wanted to be involved and be kind of like a role model for kids to look up to.
From 1993 to 2008, Colin coached the Aurora Girls Hockey Association Senior A team, which went on to win a gold medal at the Ontario Women's Hockey Association tournament. The team made 6 national minor girls hockey finals and 5 Ontario women's hockey finals in those years.
Because I played in the House League division, and so he was constantly at the rink, whether it was for the rep system, their House League system, it was part of his life.
Colin was one of those people who volunteered, and he had his heart and soul in whatever he volunteered for. He gave it 150%. It was never a case of if something needed to be done, Colin wasn't going to do it. If he asked Colin to be there to do it, he would do it because his heart and soul was in it.
From 1995 to 2002, Colin organized the many memorable AGHA year-end banquets, celebrating the achievements of these players and coaches. From 1998 to 2008, he was Chair of Discipline for the Aurora Girls Hockey Association. The AGHA later became the Central York Girls Hockey Association. In 2008, Colin was recognized by his peers as the Coach of the Year in girls hockey.
I'm honored to have Colin become part of the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame. This man has done so much to build hockey and all sports in Aurora that he deserves to be there. Congratulations, Colin. Welcome aboard. Keep it up.
Congratulations, Dad. On behalf of myself, your other children, your wife, and the rest of your family, we are very proud of you. We think this is a great honor that you deserve, well deserved, and you were our biggest fan growing up, and now we are your biggest fan. Congratulations.
And now, in recognition of his contribution to the building of sport, we are proud to welcome Colin Graham as part of the 2021 class of inductees into the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame.
Stand up, come on. I just want you and Walt to do a little sports beat thing up here and talk about the Leafs again. So, Colin, if you don't mind making your way to the stage, I'd like to also call on our Sports Hall of Fame honored member and board member Jerry Miller to come up to present the sweater first, if we could. And then we'll do the plaque. I don't know how you did not become the replacement for Don Cherry. I mean, I really don't. Or Larry King with those suspenders, but one of the two. We need more sports beats, by the way. That's one thing that we're missing across Canada. Every community, we need that. Take it from a TV guy, but still a TV guy. We in Canada cover pro sports as well as anybody, but I still think we underserve the amateur sports community. And the way that we become inspired to play sometimes is you see your local heroes playing on local TV. I'd like to see that change down the road, and I think it will for sure. What I love about this man is that you don't get involved in sports to become a member of the Hall of Fame. That's not why you do it. You do it because you love it. And I don't know if I know anybody who loves sport and loves kids in sport and playing sport more than this man. Please welcome the newest inductee into the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame, Colin Graham.
Excuse me while I arrange everything here. It looks like there's a lot of pages, but there's not. I assure you, it's not going to be long. Pardon me. My daughter printed it off me in big print, and I'm not sure what she was trying to get at. How's that? Better? Good. But with the big print, I only wish we had this back when we were doing sports feed. With all those scores. It was amazing. But we got through it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks for you for attending tonight's Aurora Sports Hall of Fame ceremony. When I was told I had been nominated and won for the Builder Contributor Award category, I was stunned and taken back. And by taken back, I mean really taken back. I think all week I was in awe of what just happened. It took me back to my younger years of playing hockey with my brother, to get married and moving to Aurora, to having kids who wanted to be hockey players, figure skaters, lacrosse players, or baseball players. And not only watching them grow in sport, but being actively involved in making the game and challenging the competitiveness of them all. Since the executive of ASHoF contacted me early in May of this year, I've been going through old pictures and bringing back memories which were very fond and sharing stories with family and friends, reminiscing about the good times we had, from the winter games to the summer game sports. Kids growing up together, parents cheering them on. Many wonderful people I have met along the way, who've also volunteered and their time, volunteered their time to keep their kids involved in the sports as well. And many kids I have nurtured and encouraged to fill their dreams of playing are at their highest potential. When I came to Aurora, the town was already established as, hockey town. And so there was no lacrosse. Lacrosse was just beginning to form. So I signed my kids up wherever they wanted to play, and they got involved. And then I got involved. My son James wanted to play hockey, so I coached and then managed and then became treasurer of the Aurora Minor Hockey Association. My eldest daughter, she wanted to figure skate. Well, I will admit, I was out of my realm. I have 7 siblings myself, and one of them never took up figure skating. But you kept at it, Lenny, and eventually mastered the triple axel lutz and jump. Is that it? Am I saying it right? Oh, well, that's going to be out of my realm. My youngest daughter, Tracy, well, she wanted to play hockey, like her big brother. What? Getting a little bit old here in the tooth, you don't want to, my fingers are gone. And as my good friend Lowell McClenny commented during a local broadcasting of her first hosting game at the age of 8, she was the tiniest, toughest little girl, and with the golden hair out there fighting for the puck along the boards. So my journey with her in boys hockey started, and later involved in the girls hockey team, and eventually to the AGHA. And lucky for me, all of them wanted to play lacrosse. So our summers were spent back in the local arena, playing the sport we all love as a family. At this time, I would like to thank the following people and organizations for the this gracious honor. To the ASHoF Board of Directors, who continue to be involved in the development and growth of sports in Aurora, your hard work helps give kids a chance to play the game. To the nomination committee for their dedication in honoring the people in Aurora, such as myself and fellow inductees for their countless hours to help keep sports strong in the community. To the sponsors of Sport Aurora and Sport in Aurora, without your donations, organizations would be struggling to play the game. To my sponsor, Armadale Properties, who contributed to my induction into the Hall of Fame. To the town of Aurora, to the good mayor, members of council, and all town employees who work diligently to have soccer fields, baseball diamonds, gymnasiums, tennis courts, swimming pools, and hockey rinks ready for every sporting season. To my fellow inductees, for making these past 8 months another great memory for me to cherish. To the Sports Week Aurora cast and crew for their dedication in reporting every different sport event that Aurora had to offer. To Ryan, Alicia, Courtney, Jared, and Rod Black for their guidance and expertise over the last 7 months. And to the organizations I was a member of, the Aurora Minor Hockey Association, the Aurora Minor Lacrosse Association, and the Aurora Girls Hockey Association, now called the Central York Girls Hockey Association. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to grow with your organizations, just as my kids grew too. And to many countless volunteers, past and present, of the organization, many of whom are in attendance tonight, who share the same passion I do for kids to play sport in Ontario. I would now like to draw my attention to my thanks to my wonderful, supportive family, to my 3 children, James, Lynn, Tracy, for eagerly wanting to be involved in so many various sporting activities in Aurora throughout their young lives, and for allowing me to tag along for the ride that more than just their chauffeur. To their spouses and and the children, all 7 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild, and another on the way, who I know will be a Leaf fan forever. And probably a Michigan fan too, knowing the family role. Family loves Michigan. I don't know why. This will probably be the only time I will ever say this to all of you, so make sure you tape it. Mark, go blue. You branch out to other games such as football, soccer, rugby, basketball, baseball, synchronized skating, softball, and even new sporting events such as flag football and ultimate frisbee. To them I say thanks for wanting me to cheer you on from the sidelines, and after I retire from my years of volunteering in the sporting world. And lastly, I would like to thank my wife, Bernadette, for being by my side for 56 years of marriage, and an even bigger accomplishment of trekking around the hockey rink with me for the last 59 years. But seriously, thank you for the many, many quickly made dinners that we could catch the team bus heading out of town for the next rep hockey game, or the late night pickups from the subway so I could attend the executive meeting of the hockey down in Toronto. For hockey to grow and evolve throughout the GTA, we all needed to do something for girls hockey, which we did. Girls hockey grew in abundance. When I left girls hockey, we give the reins to Lower Lakes girls hockey. North Metro girls hockey grew from 75 teams to over 300 teams. And that runs from so that's a lot of time for me being away, so I do thank you, Sir. And for being my navigator in our 11-seater van with 9 kids in the back, 3 of our own, and the rest of our achievements of somebody. I am truly grateful for your love, support, encouragement, guidance throughout these many wonderful years. And most importantly, last page, keep me grounded in the bigger game we call life. And of course, a big thank you to the kids in the community. Because of you, Aurora will always be a sporting town. Thank you, and enjoy the celebration of sport in Aurora.
Congratulations, Colin, Bernadette. You get to share that sweater. You wear it Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. You look good in that, Colin. You look great. Tracy and the other brothers and sisters. It's nice that they got a mention. That was kind of good, too. You guys all getting along? You okay? I'm proud of your dad. So, I mean, congratulations. That's my daughter thanks you. Our daughters, our granddaughters, Panthers, hockey fans.